Drivers say that this hole is one of many that they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. City workers are working hard to try to fix the problem, and Mayor Harvey Johnson says that this problem will not be fixed until Sunday. Lambrighter said that this problem has gotten so bad that he's had to make a makeshift walkway with this plywood. H&R Block is expecting large crowds on the last day to file. They will be open until 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Many campers say they don't see the problem with paying the $10 fee to park at the Coliseum. Now, police say the unidentified man was walking through the food court when he allegedly dropped his gun and shot himself in the leg. Jackson residents met at City Hall and brought Skittles and wore hoodies, rallying in support of justice for Trayvon Martin. Meet David Lambrighter, a self-employed tree trimmer who says he has been asking the city of Jackson to fix a leaking water valve on his property for 2 years.
Every time I go down and pay a water bill, I tell them about this problem I've had. And every time they send somebody out and he says, okay, I fixed it, and he leaves.
He says he has called the city at least 10 times and the water is still sitting.
Nobody been out here longer than 15 minutes to repair a 2-year leak.
The leaking is making his property muddy and swampy, and it's interfering with his business.
My firewood's laid out there in a swamp. I can't even get the wood out of there to sell it.
Lambrighter said that this problem has gotten so bad that he's had to make a makeshift walkway with this plywood just to get into his house.
It don't even matter if it's drought and everything's dry. It's been like this for 2 years.
He wants the city of Jackson held accountable for this constant problem. City of Jackson spokesperson Chris Mims says Lambrighter did call 311 to report the problem. Mims tells 16 WAPT crews were out on the property Friday to assess the leak. He promised they would be back today to repair it. When we called Lambrighter Monday evening, he said no one showed up.
They're not responding properly to the problems I'm having. Yeah. And they're not my problems, they're their problems.
We'll stay on top of it to hold the city accountable. In Jackson, Stephen Jackson, 16 WAPT News.
Thank you for calling H&R Block.
The phones are ringing off the hook at H&R Block in Flowood. People are calling in with their last-minute tax questions. They're wanting to know what it takes to get them done by the deadline.
If you fail to file by the deadline, which this year is April the 17th, midnight April the 17th, then you will be charged a penalty for failure to file.
That penalty gets more serious if you fail to file at all. So the tax experts say you should at least try to pay something.
Anything that you pay reduces the amount of interest that will accrue. So in that sense, yes, it would be better to pay some than not anything at all.
Jordan Diaz didn't file any taxes last year and waited until the deadline to file this year.
Just lazy and busy.
He says he doesn't fully understand the penalties, but he's crossing his fingers for a refund.
I don't really understand much of it, so hopefully I just get as much money as possible.
Thomas says more people are waiting until the last minute to file their taxes.
Taxes is not usually something that people have at the top of their list that they want to get done.
H&R Block is expecting large crowds on the last day to file. They will be open until 10 p.m. on Tuesday and are advising all clients to come in as early as possible. Reporting in Flowood, Stephen Jackson, 16 WAPT News. The night before Warrior Dash, runners are gearing up and setting up camp. More than 10,000 runners will participate in the 5K obstacle run. Campers are excited about the race coming to Mississippi.
I think it's a great experience. I think it's going to be an awesome turnout for everybody.
I'm surprised it hasn't been here before. It's turned out to be a huge event for Mississippi and for the Jackson area.
The race will be held on Elton Road in Jackson. Because of the large number of runners, the road will be shut down. Parking will be at the Coliseum for a $10 fee, and runners will be shuttled to the site.
We are doing a campsite tonight. It seemed to be much more convenient for us to camp here. Some of us are from the Jackson area.
The inconvenience of having to go down and catch a shuttle down at the Coliseum and come down here. And then also we wanted to be able to have our own dry place to kind of hang out.
Runners are also expecting the race to give the area a financial boost.
It's great for the economy. They got 10,000 people running. So that's 10,000 people that are going to spend money somehow here in the Jackson area.
In Jackson, Stephen Jackson, 16 WAPT News. Lambrighter said that this problem has gotten so bad that he's had to make a makeshift walkway with this plywood just to get into his house. H&R Block is expecting large crowds on the last day to file. They will be open until 10 p.m. on Tuesday and are advising all clients to come in as early as possible. Many campers say they don't see the problem with paying the $10 fee to park at the Coliseum. They say if you're not camping out tonight, being shuttled is your best option. Now, police say the unidentified man was walking through the food court when he allegedly dropped his gun and shot himself in the leg.